All right. I believe we are live. Yeah, we're live. What's up, everybody? We have a bunch of records to open as per usual when I do this, and I'm excited. There's one in here that's pretty wild that I'm very, very stoked to get into and see in person. But yeah, there's a lot of packages. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like 25 or something. It's pretty crazy. So, grab a drink, get comfortable, take a seat, and we'll get started very soon, as soon as a few more people trickle in. If you're watching this after the fact, maybe skip like 2 minutes ahead until you see me holding up a record, and then we'll go. What's going on, Miles? What's going on, Sully? Nice to see you both. Nikki's here. We got Nick here. Nick and Nikki, back to back. Yeah, I feel like I have some updates for you guys. I'll wait for a few more people to come in before I'll probably talk about things at the beginning and the end of the stream, is my guess. But, we maybe should get started, though, because there's so much to get through. I don't know. I'm feeling a little low energy today. I apologize. I'm gonna try to get myself back into it, best I can. What's up, Corey? How many parcels do we have? Very, very British of you. We have, I think, about 25. So there's a lot to get through, and my hair is casting a very weird shadow on my face right now, which is funny. All right. So here's what I'll say now, and I'll say it again at the end of the stream. The Mac Miller live stream is happening. It's going to happen soon. We have been trying to do a tech test to make sure that it works the way we want it to, in terms of me being able to hear the music and stop it, and you guys being able to hear music. So the tech test for that, which is going to be probably listening to TMR releases, is going to be, I believe, this coming Monday. It's supposed to have been the past few Mondays, but both Goose and I have been really busy with store stuff, and it's just kind of like fallen by the wayside. So ideally, tech test Monday, and then the first Mac Miller live stream would be the Monday after. That's what I'm shooting for. I know nobody's really chomping at the bit, freaking out that it's getting a little pushed, but I'm very excited to do it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably do, because you're in this live stream. Do I have any idea how many vinyl records I own now? Must be about 5,000. No, I think it's probably closer to 4,000, but still, that's way too many. All right, well, let's get started. Let's get started with an unboxing from our dear friends at I Am 8-Bit. So this is going to be something game-related, which is cool. It's not a TMR live stream without at least one video game record, right? Cool. So this is... Where am I going to throw these? This is a repress that was long awaited in the game community. This is the soundtrack to the game Outer Wilds. Now, this is a very beloved kind of space adventure puzzle game that people are obsessed with. And I tried to play it this year, and I did not enjoy it. It's not my kind of game. It was a little too clunky and slow-paced and obtuse for me. And I feel like I would get so much hate from the gamer community for saying that about their beloved Outer Wilds. But for me, I didn't love it. But what I did love was the music. The music is absolutely beautiful. So I looked up the record, and of course it was going for like $80, $90. But I Am 8-Bit put up a repress about 2 weeks ago, and I snagged it. So I may not be able to get into the actual gameplay, but the music is super beautiful and meditative, and very happy to own it. So that's pretty cool. You know, not every game is for everybody, and that's fine. We all have our own taste, and that's what makes the world go round, or something. Alright, let's see. Okay. Ooh. I didn't realize one was a small boy, one was a big boy. Long-awaited represses from Cloudkicker. These shipped lightning fast. So this is my favorite one. This is Let Yourself Be Huge. Little 10-inch. And then this is... What is the name of this record? Fade. Fade? Why can I not read this? Fade. It's Fade. Cloudkicker is kind of like an ambient, post-rock, prog rock, kind of interesting project that really, if you like guitar-focused, meandering, intricate music, definitely worth listening to. This is the one for sure. Cloudkicker is beautiful. Or Let Yourself Be Huge. Definitely check it out. These were out of print for a very long time, were very hard to find, so the fact that they got a repress now means that you should probably listen to them, at least to know if you want them, lest they go out of print again, and all of a sudden, it is impossible to find once again. What's up, Travis? Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Welcome to the farm. Alright, what is next? Oh, I know what's next. I know what's next indeed. We have a little Vampire Weekend action with the second volume of Frog on the Bass Drum. Frog on the Bass Drum Volume 2. This is a series that they are, I guess, starting to put out of, official bootlegs of live music that they've done, which is great because Vampire Weekend has basically become one of the best modern jam bands. I mean, like, they're not quite in the same echelon as Fish and Humphreys McGee and, those kind of bands that really are known for being jam bands. But, like, a live Vampire Weekend show nowadays, there's a lot of intense jams from songs that should be shorter. And they really are falling into more of a Grateful Dead camp than they would have, in their first couple releases. So very excited for this track list. I mean, Sympathy, what an incredible track. One of my favorites from Father of the Bride, a super unique song for them. 2 Bambinas? As if we weren't spoiled enough for 1 Bambina. We get double Binas, and then Harmony Hall's top 3 songs from them. Then Request Zone is always interesting because you never know what that's going to be. So they put a little zine with it too, which is cool. Excited and very excited for the new record. Honestly, I'm super stoked to hear what the boys have brought us this time. The 2 singles just came out. Did anyone listen to them? Capricorn and Gen X Cops. I really like them. Capricorn is beautiful, lush, dreamy. It's kind of like, it reminded me specifically a little bit of I Think You're a Contra, but just a little more energy to it. Really great track. And then Gen X Cops sounds like a classic Vampire Weekend track from like their first, maybe from Modern Vampires, but a little from Self-Titled. Really good. I think that this album's going to blow people away. I mean, I haven't disliked anything they've done so far. So probably my most anticipated album of the year between that and Dark Matter by Pearl Jam. So very excited. And if you guys didn't see the news on my Instagram, I put in for the 10 Club lottery for Pearl Jam, and I got awarded the most rare and coveted ticket allocation of the entire U.S. tour, which is the GA Pit for Madison Square Garden in New York City. So I am elated, and I will be going to see Pearl Jam at MSG in the Pit this September, which couldn't be happier. So excited. I got to see them in the Pit in Seattle, and now I get to see them in the Pit in Madison Square Garden. Now and after that, I can kind of just die happy. So, very excited for that. Here's one that I want to show you guys, and I actually have not listened to yet, but I know is going to be one of my favorite albums of the year. This is channel favorite, Slow Dancing Society. If you guys have been watching me for a long time, you know that I've been standing SDS for quite some time. In fact, I even put one of their records on my top 100 records list that I did in 2019. This is the newest record, Do We Become Sky. Slow Dancing Society is oftentimes an ambient project, but he has kind of moved into some more kind of a similar trajectory as like Arms and Sleepers, without maybe not quite as much hip-hop inspired beats, but he's kind of taken a little more synthy, lushy elements beyond just straight ambient on some of his more recent projects. But this is his latest release. The snippets I heard were stellar. They were gorgeous. And I am just such a huge fan of Drew. He's such a brilliant musician. And he's linked up with the, what is the label? Not Past His Prologue. That's Past Inside the Present, which is one of the foremost ambient labels right now making or putting out music. So if you have not checked out Slow Dancing Society, all of his stuff is worth listening to, and I'm very excited to dive into this one. So stoked on that. Congrats on another album release, dude. All right. Tons of great records. That's what we're working for. We're working towards living up to that. This is a cool one. Where are my jazz fans at? So, as you guys know, I'm not a huge jazz fan, but this album was recommended to me years ago, and it is so beautifully done. Takuya Kuroda's Rising Sun. Obviously, Japanese jazz artist, and this record was out of print, going for probably over $200 consistently for many years. And they just announced a repress, and I decided to jump on it because I wasn't going to make that same mistake twice. So if you're into jazz, you probably know this record. If you're not into jazz, it could be a fun gateway into some more classic jazz stuff. Kuroda really crafts some beautiful melodies on this record, and definitely worth a listen. Just so good, and very unexpected repress. When I saw that pop up that day, I was like, well, guess that's happening. I guess I can't really fight that, you know. It was in my want list for a while, and I was never gonna pay that much for it. So, Takuya's not a repress. Is it a restock? Is it the same pressing as the one that's crazy out of print? That can't be right. No, it's a repress. It says 2023. This is definitely a repress. The original came out like 8 years ago. Original was on Blue Note. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, the original is not this one. What? Why are you confusing me? How much were the PJ tickets? They were $180 each, which sounds like a lot, but going to any high-profile concert these days, you're going to be paying a lot. So, all right, this is the big boy. This is the big boy I was excited to open. And I want to make sure I do this right so I don't mess it up, because I want to keep this hype sticker on. Repress, reissue. Honestly, listen, Spectrum, I gotta be honest. People that nitpick between repress and reissue are the worst. You know what I meant. There's no reason to nickel and dime me on the exact vernacular that I used. You know what I meant. I don't know. That's, to me, silly. But I appreciate your diligence with accuracy, I suppose. All right. I'm trying to open this very carefully because I want to preserve this shrink. Give me a second. I'm like a chemist right now in the lab. Yeah, you're proud of yourself, aren't you, Spectrum? You're proud of yourself right now. I see you. All right. Man, I am struggling with this. Okay. Here we go. So I spent too much on this, but it's because it's my favorite album by them, and it's such a cool collectible. The fact that it came straight from the band. Show No Mercy by Slayer. Their debut record. So good. Classic 80s metal. A little more melodic than some of their later stuff. Definitely kind of falls into more of the Nawabum stuff rather than, what they became. The kind of really heavier, thrashier stuff. We got our first super chat of the chat. What's up, T480? I returned to buying vinyl on eBay after a year away. What's up with some sellers charging up to $13 for economy shipping on one record? Well, sellers have always been able to kind of charge whatever they want, and I think that if they're not doing media mail, it is about $13. So maybe they're shipping it the step above media mail. Otherwise, they're just skimming off the top, although they're probably also trying to combat the fact that a lot of these sites are starting to take a cut of the shipping cost too, which is, to me, unethical. So, yeah, that's, I would say, my guess is that it's kind of off the top. And they're just charging a little extra. But you can always try to request media mail from them and see if they will honor your request. All right, let me open this. This is, like I said, I spent too much on this, but this is so cool. I know it's not the same album. It's not, Rain and Blood, but I'm talking blood-filled Show No Mercy, limited strictly to 270 copies. Yes, I spent a lot on this. Do I think this will be worth even more in the future? 100%. Do I think it was a good purchase? Yes. I love this record, and I don't think I have any liquid fills like this for metal records. I mean, this is so, so cool. I'm just going to do this for like another minute. I'm assuming my boy Chris Banta from Romanus Records is the one that made these. He's kind of the foremost liquid filler in the States. If it were to leak, that would suck. But these have basically been perfected in a way where they don't leak, unless like you were to damage the record like from the outside or the inside. Like these liquid fills don't leak, and oftentimes the liquid fills don't dissipate anymore. They figured out a way to keep the liquid. Early liquid filled records did have issues with leaking and with like the liquid kind of disintegrating, yeah, so very, very stoked to have this. I'm going to spin it once and then just going to put it aside. Is it real blood? I don't think so. I would guess not. That's quite a bit of blood if they did 270 of these. How much was it? It was either 200 or 250. I forget exactly how much it was. But like I said, it sold out very quickly, and I know this was not a bad buy. You got to... Not that I plan on selling it anytime soon, but like... There's 0% chance that I wouldn't be able to recoup my cost at the very, 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 very worst case scenario. So, because of how fast it sold out. So, super stoked on that. Mega YouTube says, thank you for the super chat, by the way. You ever listen to the new Kanye? You love it. I have listened to Vultures 2 times now. And I'm speaking specifically about the sonics of the album. I'm not going to talk about Kanye as a person. Because this channel is about music, and I enjoyed the sonics of the album quite a bit. There's a couple tracks on there I really, really liked. Overall, the project isn't mind-blowing. It's not like as classic as his classic records, but I did think that overall it was a good listen, and I was impressed. I thought it was going to be way worse than it was, so I was impressed to see some of the production on some of those tracks is pretty wild. And I love that JPEG Mafia was getting involved with the production because he's so good. So, yes. All right, let's keep the train rolling. We got a big packaging invoice over here. I'm just going to skip past this. All right. Yes, y'all. And it don't stop. All right, 2 records from somebody on the old Discogs. This is Lifesavers, Gutterfly, the original soundtrack. Lifesavers is an underground hip-hop group, and the reason that I wanted to pick this up was because one of the members of Lifesavers is DJ Rev Shines, who's a Portland local DJ, and he's also very well-known. He's done some production work. He's worked with like Conway the Machine and all kinds of people. Rev Shines is awesome, and this is one of his earlier releases, and it was pretty cheap. I was buying actually the next one that I wanted to show you, and I saw this was there. I decided to tack it on. I've never heard this full record, but I figured I'd support the homie Rev Shines. He's been in my shop before. We chopped it up about hip-hop for a while. He's a super cool dude. So, and then this is the next thing I wanted to show, which is a bootleg, but this is Leftovers, which is a compilation that previously was only on CD, but they made a bootleg of it. It is B-sides from MF Doom's Food, along with a couple, I believe, remixes and rare tracks from that era. So it exists as... I've been looking for this for a long time, and I've never seen it for a good price, but this store finally had it for a decent price. Again, it's unofficial, but there's no other way to get this on vinyl, and anything from the Food Sessions is worth listening to because it's a top 2 Doom record to me. So, very stoked on that. Let's keep going. Yeah, I don't want to get into the politics of reviewers on YouTube necessarily, but I watched Fantano's video about Kanye's record being unreviewable. And while I think that a lot of his actions and words can be relatively unforgivable, as in not able to be forgiven with a simple apology, I do think that he's being a little hypocritical in the sense that he frequently reviews the music of people who beat their wives and have murdered people and have done really horrible things, and those are fine to review, but, you know, Kanye is unreviewable. I don't know, I think that's a weird stance to take when you're a music reviewer, unless you're going to take that stance on every single artist that has done horrible things. And, you know, he didn't. So, that's just my stance on that. I'm not trying to start any beef, but that was my takeaway. This is a lo-fi comp. I am starting to have too many of these lo-fi hip-hop comps. I can't stop. Halloween 2023. Just look at that cover art. How can I not? You know, lo-fi girl dressed up as a skeleton. Little Phoebe Bridgers action there. And yet another comp. Do I need this one? Who do I recognize on here? Purple Cat. That's basically it. All people I don't know. But it's limited to 300. It's numbered. How could I have not picked it up? So, yeah, I'm just, you know, I think at some point I'm going to need to really sit down with my huge stack of lo-fi comps and be like, which of these do I need? Which of these do I not need? And the rest will go in the store and make people really happy. I also have the lo-fi box set, 10 discs of lo-fi from 2022. And then I picked up the 2023 box. What is my problem? Why am I this way? Why am I this way? I don't know. I'm just such a sucker for good lo-fi beats, you know? Alright, we got it. It is okay to pare down the collection. I agree. Alright, this I've been waiting for a minute too. This is the latest release, thanks to my dear friends over at Sly Vinyl. They collaborated with Mr. Richard Houghton, a fan favorite from the channel and a good friend of mine who I haven't seen in way too long because I moved. Richard is a genius. He is responsible for a lot of the cool holographic etchings and holograms and, you know, interesting things that are on your records. He's the one that figured those out. And this is Quantum Flow. I believe this is only a selection. Quantum Flow, I think, was like a massive album that was way too big to put on vinyl. So I believe this is like volume 1 or something. Volume 1, yes. So I'm guessing they're going to put out subsequent volumes depending on how well this one sells. But Richard is just the master of interesting guitar work, often with Brazilian influence, but also delving deeply into folktronica. So if you like Richard Houghton and A Cosmic Gift and all that stuff, definitely check out Quantum Flow. He doesn't miss. He just doesn't miss. I miss you, Richard. I know you're not watching this, but I talked to Richard the other day, and I said, this is the year where we do a in-store performance of A Cosmic Gift. And he was like, that would be amazing. So let's see if we can make it happen. Now that we have 55 people in here, I think I'm going to reiterate what I said before. Some of you might be wondering where the Mac Miller First Impression live streams are. They're coming. We're doing a tech test, I believe, on Monday to see if the live stream works properly to be able to play the music. And then if it goes all as planned, the following Monday, we should be doing the first Mac Miller record. First time listening for me for any Mac Miller. So I hope you're all excited for that series. I'm excited. It's just been very busy at the store and hard to kind of like find the time in my off time to do it. But we're going to make it happen. I just wanted to give that update for all y'all. What do we got here? Oh, I think there's just a couple things I picked up. Yeah, I think I grabbed these. I grabbed one for me. I grabbed this Unwed Sailor, Truth or Consequences for myself. Unwed Sailor is kind of like a really good kind of post-rocky project. Really nice. And while I was there, I also grabbed this Gerard Way Hesitant Alien and this Caspian You Are the Conductor, which I think both of those I'm going to probably throw in the store because they're great records and people deserve to hear them. All right. Honestly, guys, Interscope, this club is killing it. Basically, every release, I have been so into what they're doing. Usually, it's just kind of like a variant cover of some kind, which is not the worst case scenario. Yo, what's good, Sky? Good to see you, man. Come by the shop soon. Come by on Saturday for the hip-hop drop. If any of y'all are local who's watching this right now, we're doing this huge hip-hop drop on Saturday. Over 250 records, tons of grails, and it's going to be true mayhem. Shop opens at noon on Saturday, and if I do my job right, there will be a line. All right. I recently tracked this down in my collection before this, and now I have two. So this is, if you can't tell, it's White on White, Blink-182 Untitled record. Many consider this to be their best. I love it. It's a very, very good album. I think it's on clear vinyl. They really kind of just whited out everything and made it very very aesthetic and clean. Very, very happy. What's up, Sarah? Very happy to have this, and I'm curious how this sounds in comparison to the Pink Marble one that I picked up last year. So, has anyone... I love how it looks just like nothing from here. Has anyone got this yet and listened to it? Does it sound good? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Oh my god, all these packages keep falling. Hold on, I gotta readjust these. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a chunky boy. It's a chunky boy. All right. Ready for Billie next month too. What's up, Josh? Yeah, Billie Eilish next month. Glow in the dark cover with Eco Mix vinyl. Pretty cool. I wish that they had some extra material because the album is, there's so many variants of it already, but pretty cool. It might become my definitive copy if it sounds good. All right, this is a very cool box set. I don't know all of their stuff extremely well, but what I've heard I've really enjoyed, so I decided to grab this box because a lot of these records I believe were long out of print, and Numero Group does a really good job of doing all these reissues. So this is a long-awaited American Analog Set box set. I don't know why it won't focus on it. All right, anyway. New Drifters box set. What's up, Beat After Beat? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. This is just like really good lo-fi indie rock. Sometimes it can be pretty, sometimes it can be sparse, but American Analog Set is really good, and I can't wait to kind of give this a full listen and really immerse myself in their catalog. And I can imagine that this is one of the best ways to do it. So you got 4 albums in here and what looks like a booklet. So Numero Group, you've done it again, you bastards. You've done it again. Another killer release. Well done. All right. And this one, I think I know what this is. Does it have the faded split that everyone else's does? A little bit. A lot of these unfortunately got a split, and I've had some customers come in and complain to me as if I had anything to do with this release, but I did not. This is the latest project by the Titan tag team, Milk and Televangel. This is the fish that saved Portland. I put out one of Milk's records on my label. It just shipped a couple months ago, Neutral Milk Motel. Both of these projects are stellar. Milk is unbelievable, and Televangel is so good as a producer. He's such a chameleon. He can really work with any rapper and elevate their project significantly. I'm really excited to have this because... Ooh, featuring Nacho Picasso. Let's go. Televangel and Milk are going to be at my shop on Saturday at 3 p.m. doing a signing. So they're going to be signing copies of this, signing copies of Neutral Milk Motel, and just hanging out. So it's going to be super dope, and very excited to have them sign my copy. Because even though I have one of their records on my label, I'm still a fanboy. I'm still allowed to be a fan. All right. Mega YouTube, thank you for the super chat. It's only February, but album of the year so far. I mean, I don't know how many records this year I've heard that have come out specifically this year. I didn't have a chance to listen to The Smile. My part-timer, Austin, who works at the shop, he recommended me an album by Tapir, T-A-P-I-R. And I listened to a couple tracks of it, and it's beautiful. It almost has like a Radiohead kind of feel to it at times. I feel like Tapir might be my favorite thing I've heard so far this year. I mean, I did enjoy the Vultures record, so I don't know. I think it's too early because it's February to be able to even talk AOTY. But I'm going to have to think about it. I really haven't had a lot of time to dive into what's been coming out, so that's on me. All right, here we have the last... None Like Matt, a vinyl savant. Aw, B. Ketter, you're too kind. I'm like the Rain Man of vinyl, they say. They call me Dustin Hoffman. Rest in peace to the late, great Nasdisc. As you guys know, Nasdisc was a vinyl marketplace. It was started by some homies of mine. I became friends with them after they flew me out to San Francisco to help ideate ways for the site to get, like, a lot of like user base and like what the vinyl community wanted from a marketplace that Discogs wasn't providing. And they built a beautiful site. It just never got the actual user base it needed to thrive based on how much work and money was put into it. So Nasdisc apparently closed their doors not that long ago, or are about to if they haven't. It's like they were like, we're done. Which is a bummer. They worked super hard. They're really nice dudes. But this was their first and only ever exclusive, and they were selling it as a kind of goodbye sale. I grabbed one. It's Conway the Machine and Jay Ski's Pain Provided Profit. And this was part of what they were going to do, which was this really great concept called Perpetual Returns. I talked about it in a video. I think it's brilliant, and I hope that someone else kind of hears this and figures out a way to take this mantle up and run with it in a different way. Perpetual Returns is basically like artists get a cut of any aftermarket sale after it sells out, but it's not from the seller's pocket. Nasdisc was covering the cost. So I thought that was super cool because so many artists will put out a record and it'll sell out and they'll sell it at a reasonable price, and then flippers will sell everything for like 7-8 times that price, and the artist sees nothing from that. So it's cool that there was like a way for them to continue to get residuals in a way. That's something that doesn't exist in the music community right now when it comes to vinyl at all. So I thought that idea was really cool. It had great legs and had great bones, not great legs, because it didn't run far enough. But very, very cool idea. I hope that the Nasdisc guys come up with something else after this. That would be really fun. So excited for whatever is to come. They're very intelligent people, so I can only imagine the next thing they work on is going to be another attempted move and shake of whatever industry they settle in. So thank you for everything, Nasdisc. We love you. I'm gonna cover this because this is offensive. This is offensive. This is Space Ghost Perp, Blackland Redux. This is one of the best Space Ghost Perp mixtapes, and it's finally on vinyl. I love covers that look like this, just like someone cobbled it together in paint. Some of the Space Ghost tapes have actually been getting vinyl pressings lately. The big one that had a press for a while is Mysterious Funk, which even VMP did a version of. But this one, so good, and very, very excited to give this a listen on wax. 2 discs, let's go. Yeah, super cool. Colin and Sophia, age 7, have made another bedtime live stream. What's up, Sophia? What's up? Your dad's awesome, and so are you. All right, let's keep opening. Literally the worst? I don't know what you're referring to, Adam. Certainly couldn't be anything I'm talking about. I only talk about things that are the best. That's how this channel works. What's up, Lone Wolf? How's it going, homie? All right. If you guys watched a recent video of mine, I talked about records I took from the shop, and I learned that I love Silverstein. This is a band that I completely ignored. Growing up, I never heard them, despite being a huge emo pop punk guy. Totally missed me. And then one of the records came through the shop, and I listened, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. What's up, Blakely? And I'm like, oh, damn, Silverstein rules. So now I have to track down all their stuff. So I grabbed this bandbox version of Silverstein on this beautiful variant. Look at that. Can we just marvel at this for a second? Like, holy crap. So nice. So, very excited to listen to this one. I have not heard it yet, but come on. Like, it's going to be great. It's Silverstein. My new micro obsession. So, very excited to give this one a listen. Silverstein, yeah. Just, if you like emo rock, check them out. If you like emo rock, you've probably heard them already, and I am admittedly very late to the party, but that's okay. Oh, this came finally. So this is a Tribe Called Christmas. Yet another Cookin' Soul masterpiece. A Tribe Called Christmas. So Cookin' Soul is one of the best producers in the game right now, putting out all sorts of really amazing mashup projects or just beat tapes with some great people on it. And he did the famous Doom Xmas record, which now goes for like $700. He also did Woo Xmas, which is not $700. It's probably like $60, $70. But Tribe Called Christmas, come on. Come on. Mega YouTube, thoughts on country starting to rule the charts? It's a good question. My thought is that I don't listen to country music very often, so I don't really have a lot of knowledge about this. I do know that certain artists are getting very mainstream despite country having historically been in its own lane. But I don't know. The charts to me are a joke. I mean, from the moment I saw that Imagine Dragons had like 8 spots on the rock chart, I was like, these charts are not for music fans. These are not for people like us, people who have YouTube channels or vinyl collections or come into live streams and listen to people open records. They're not for us. They're for people that listen to the radio on the way to work, and music is an absolute background activity at all times. So it's fine. When's the anniversary for the store? Oh, wait, I missed one. Adam, super chat. Start purging your down tempo. Sell me limes. Bro, you had a chance to buy limes on Discogs. You got to add it to your want list, man. Also, that's more lo-fi than down tempo, but I guess we won't nitpick. Thanks for the super chat. I'm not going to sell you limes. And when is my anniversary for the store? April or May? The anniversary is going to be May 19th. I should probably tell you, Lone Wolf. I talked to moms, but we have sold through all of Jim's collection. I genuinely can't believe how much demand there was. It is unbelievable the support that the community had for Jim and how excited people were to get so many of those records in their hands. It breathed so much beautiful life into the store, and Jim was basically a character of the store the entirety of last year. We're keeping the tribute to Jim up in the store, but the bin, there's no more records for it. So the bin is now being reallocated. But I'd still love for you to come down and check out the shop and see it with your own eyes. So that'd be really cool to meet you. And Josh, did the live Can album sell yet? I don't think so. Come by the shop today. I'm not sure. I didn't see it sell. Adam, incorrect. The actual day of the anniversary is May 22nd, but we're doing it on the 19th because that's the closest Sunday, and Sundays is when we have the whole parking lot to ourselves. We can kind of do a real bash. Yeah, Blakely spent over $900 on Jim's collection. That's because Jim had endless heat. It was just 4,000 records of heat. Truly, there were maybe like 100 records in there that were like, insane. Just insane. What a collection. And, you know, Jim will always be remembered by the TMR community and by me, of course. I wish he could have seen how excited people got. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go check out on the channel from about a year ago a video about my friend Jim passing away, and his collection ended up being purchased by the store, and we kind of did a tribute to him. That record I can't show because it's going to be in a future video. Planning your trip to Portland. Early May is probably nice weather. You should honestly plan it for the 19th. Like, you want to be there on the 2-year. We are saving the craziest records. We have so many records put aside for the 2-year. Oh, B. Ketter. I just realized I know who you are, B. Ketter. What did you say before? Where's that message from before? B. Ketter. I think... I'm 99% sure B. Ketter's my dad. Oh, okay. I get his comment now. That makes sense. Hey, Dad. Yeah, we donated a lot of money to the cat adoption team from part of the proceeds from Jim's collection. So it was great. Everything about it was great. This is a record that I discovered on a whim. It is a modern bossa nova record by Anakaram. This is Blue Bossa. Audiophile recording cut from high-res audio. That's kind of... See, this is kind of one of those... I talk about this in videos. So this is kind of a nebulous hype sticker, right? Let's go through this hype sticker. It says audiophile recording. That doesn't mean anything. Collector's edition. It doesn't really mean anything. I mean, I guess if it's 1,000 copies, it's kind of a collector's edition. First time on vinyl, lacquer cut from high-res audio. It doesn't say all analog. It doesn't say cut from master tapes. It's very nebulous in the wording of it. So I don't know if this is an all analog recording, and they made a point to go out of their way to not say that. So I'm hoping this sounds great, but musically speaking, this is a really nice contemporary bossa nova record. Absolutely worth listening to if you're into that kind of music. And if you're not, I have not done my job with this channel to get you into this kind of music, because I'm working on it, and that's some of my favorite stuff. All right. A couple more to go. We have like 6 or 7 more, and then I'll do a little Q&A, and then I got to get to the shop. This was something I kind of ordered on a whim, having listened to a little bit of it. It is the Strange Daisy Records beat tape. Just a collaboration of artists. You know, I don't recognize most of them. I do recognize 1-2, which is a great beat maker. But again, super pretty variant. Kind of similar to the Silverstein, but not quite as aggressive with the smoke. And yeah, I'm excited to give this a full listen because, I don't know, beat tapes are great, and I'm a sucker for them. They're good to throw on at any time. You know what I mean? You can't really go wrong when you put a beat tape on. So it's never bad to have a nice selection of them. I don't know if the chat just froze, but I haven't seen a comment in a few minutes. Are people still here? Am I still here? Am I live? What's going on? Dang, it's been 44 minutes. I feel like this has been flying by. Test. Okay, we're still here. Everyone just decided to be quiet. That's fine. Testing. Oh, Ryan's here hiding. Here we go. Let's talk about the Wizard of Loneliness. My boy Colin. I talked about him so much on this channel, and that's because he consistently puts out unbelievable music. His music is a hybrid of hip-hop beats, video game samples, down-tempo electronica, vaporwave. He really fuses a lot of the things that I truly love. And this is Beats of the Kingdom, which is inspired by Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you have not listened to anything by Wiz, first of all, Wizard of Loneliness, if you know, you know. That's a Nathan Fielder reference from Nathan For You. And, yeah, everything this guy has done. He's done everything from Lunar inspired, like the old RPG Lunar, all the way up to like Persona inspired stuff. He's done just like such a wide spectrum. Go Animal Crossing inspired stuff. Like, go check out Wizard of Loneliness on Discogs and see how many releases he's done, and then go buy whatever you can, because all of it is good and worth owning. And he's also so nice. So shout out to the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. Someone just asked about Hammock and Yellow Card, and I believe one of these upcoming records is going to be that. I think. This is a record I'm so excited to own. Anyone can fight me if they disagree. Sixpence None the Richer. Is this a self-titled? Is it self-titled? I think it is. This album was out of print for so many years. It's been out of print since I believe I got into vinyl. I believe. And this record obviously is known for the massive single Kiss Me, which someone just said in the chat, which is a kind of, you know, saccharine, sweet love song. It was an absolute banger in, did it come out in the 90s? Was it the late 90s or early 2000s that song came out? Either way, great song, but this album is so much more than Kiss Me. It is an incredible kind of dream pop, shoegazy, alt rock. Just like this record, this band is extremely underrated. All of their projects are going to subvert your expectations when you listen to them. They are such consummate musicians. 90s, yeah, that's what I thought. And this record was out of print for so long. I had been looking for it forever. There was one time that my friend Christian, who owns Limited to One in New York City, he got a copy sealed, an original. This was maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I tried to buy it from him, and he was like, someone just beat you to it. And I was really upset. But now we have this deluxe edition that has bonus tracks, I believe. And it's on this cool olive green vinyl. And, yeah. Yeah, T480 says if you like the Cranberries, the Sundays, or the Cardigans, you can get into Sixpence None the Richer, and I completely agree. This is one of those bands that has been unfortunately relegated to a one-hit wonder because people have not taken the time to explore the rest of their catalog and realize that they are so much more than Kiss Me. My coworker used to play Kiss Me at the start of every morning shift without fail. You'd think that would make you hate the song, but it made you appreciate it more than you initially did. There you go. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. Yes, very happy to finally own that on wax. And of all places to put it up for pre-order was Walmart. Like, long out of print, triple digits value record. Naturally, Walmart. What? Yeah, her voice is so perfect for covering the laws, for sure. This is a crazy find. This is a crazy find, and I hope some of you know what I'm about to show. These Are Good People by Little Big League. Now, Little Big League was the project, kind of alt-rock project that, why can't I remember her name right now? Oh, this is killing me. I can't remember her name. The girl, the woman behind Japanese Breakfast. Why can't I remember her name right now? Someone in the chat just help me out here. But this was her band, or she was part of this band before Japanese Breakfast was a thing. And there was a bunch of variants of it back in like the what year did this come out? Does it say? It doesn't even say. A bunch of variants of this that came out, and they all sold out, and they were all long gone, and they've been out of print for many, many, many years. And I have all the variants on my want list, and they never pop up for sale because most of the runs were very, very small. Michelle's Honor. Thank you so much, Ryan. Michelle's Honor. So she's in this band, and a random store in Australia put up the clear variant for sale on Discogs. It was one of those, like, I refreshed, and it was the first one up. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get it. Like, it hadn't sold in, like, 3 years or something on Discogs. So, I know, guys, I got it. It's Michelle. But I grabbed this, and it's really good. It's really, really good. And I'm in all the years of using Discogs on a regular basis, I've never seen any of them pop up. So I saw one, and I grabbed it, and now it's in my hands, which is super rad. So if you haven't checked out Little Big League and you like Japanese breakfast, you should definitely do it. It's not quite the same style of music, but if you have an appreciation for Michelle, you'll probably appreciate it. Does anyone know that record in here? Is that like, am I speaking gibberish right now? I grabbed this, and I don't know why. So Russian Circles is a really good kind of post-rock, post-metal band, and this is them live at Dunkfest 2016. I bought it because I was just curious how it would sound. I've never heard a live recording of Russian Circles, and I believe it was a pretty cool variant as well. So I figured I would just, pretty cool looking variant. I figured I'd grab it, and if I didn't like it, I'd put it in the shop. But Russian Circles live at Dunkfest. Don't have a lot to say about it. Just kind of cool. They're 100 times better live than on recording. See, that's what my thought was. That's kind of why I jumped at it, because I like their recorded stuff, but I feel like, you know, they're probably a band that's more known for their live stuff. So if you like post-rock and like the heavier side of post-rock, Russian Circles is 100% worth listening to. All right, another release from Near Mint. This is Forgive Durden, Wonderland. Kind of a classic, kind of pop punk alt rock record. Believe this is the first ever press of it. I love that Near Mint does these kind of like Obi strips. Larry Mann asks post rock. Oh, not the best joke. Not your best joke, Larry Mann. But yeah, Forgive Durden. It's a classic record. Listened to this back in the day, and first time on vinyl. So, and then the last one is this not my hammock record? Did I not get it yet? I was so excited for my hammock. Oh, is it? No, it's not. No, this is video game stuff that's not important for this live stream. I guess I didn't get my hammock record yet. I should look into that, because I definitely should have had that. If you guys didn't see, Hammock and Yellow Card collaborated, which is very interesting, on a reimagining of some tracks from Ocean Avenue. The last thing on my bingo card for 2024, but apparently that's a thing. I'm a fan of both bands, for sure. So, interesting. All right. Let's do about 5 minutes of Q&A, should there be any Q&A to be had. I will remind you guys, Monday we are going to be doing a tech test for the Mac Miller live streams, and then the following Monday will be, ideally, if everything goes according to plan, the first Mac Miller live stream. If you guys don't know, I've never listened to Mac Miller, not really by choice, just by circumstance, and I'm going to be listening to all of his albums front to back, from the first to the last, and sharing my thoughts live. So, should be fun. However, bought a record on eBay or Discogs and realized it was either no cover or album cover only. No, I feel like I have not done that, but I have purchased records that said they were records and were sent and they were CDs. That's happened to me probably 5 times, which is very annoying. Do I have the Miles Kurowski solo record on vinyl? I've had it multiple times in my life. I think I've owned it twice and sold it twice. Miles Kurowski is the singer from Beulah, for those that don't know, which is one of my favorite indie rock bands. No longer a band for a long time. But, I mean, I don't know. The Miles solo record didn't do it for me. It didn't have the same charm that the Beulah records did, and I just didn't love it. So, why not show the last few records instead of saying they're not for the stream? Well, Joel, unfortunately, I am a part of certain video game private groups where they make bootleg records that are under embargo, so I'm not allowed to show them until a certain date. And I can get kicked out of those groups if I do that. So it is not me withholding things just to be a jerk. It is me trying to protect the interests of these small private groups. It happens almost every live stream, and I apologize. Thoughts on Gentle Giant? Like the old classic band? I don't think I've ever listened to Gentle Giant. Nice to meet you, Too Many Records. Nice to meet you too, Beat After Beat. Any update for Goose Don't Be Frightened? What's up, Elk Vision? Yes, we just approved the test pressings, which is amazing because I wasn't even sure if we were going to get the test pressings. And now we're just waiting to see how long it's going to take from now until the albums get pressed. So my hope is that Crates corrects the boat for long enough to get these pressed. We will see what happens. Do I think Billy Woods will repress Hiding Places? Well, the original went out of print, and then they did the repress with the instrumentals, also went out of print. Maybe like a 10-year anniversary? I don't know, but I will say that we have a instrumentals or a Hiding Place deluxe with instrumentals going up. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it for the 2-year or do it for the hip hop drop, but we have one at the shop. Am I familiar with the band Left Field? I am familiar with Left Field. I can't think of any of their music right now though, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've heard Left Field. The label that released Takuya Kuroda have many great artists. Okay. Kaidi Tatham and Children of Zeus. Okay. That sounds awesome. I would love to check that out. I love a good hip-hop duo. Have I heard of Glass Beams? Khruangbin vibes, but more Indian than Thai. I have not heard of Glass Beams, but that sounds super rad, and I would like to check them out. Can you send me an album or some songs to listen to? Will I archive the Mac reactions? My goal with the Mac Miller stuff is to do a live stream and then chop up the live stream to put a highlight reel up. This is all... The reason it's taking so long is this is all Wild West for me. I've never done a live stream reaction. I've never played an album that I don't have the rights to. And we called up BMG, and BMG told us that on a YouTube Live you can play the music and it's fine. That's what the label said. Now, YouTube plays by their own rules. I don't know if they're going to follow that, but ideally we'll keep up the live streams. Ideally, the Mac Miller streams will live on forever. But, again, this is the first time, so I don't know how it's going to work. Mirko, did I get into Vintage Caravan yet? No, because I'm a bad boy. I'm sorry. Please send it to me via email so I can star the email. New vinyl listening bar in Seattle. Sweet. I don't know the next time I'm going to be up there, but that sounds cool. Thoughts on the new Helado Negro album? I have not heard it yet. Which Mac Miller album am I starting with? I don't know what's technically his first record. Is it Kids? Like, not mixtape, but like his first studio album. I'm not sure what is considered to be his first, but whatever. Because he has a lot of tapes. I'm not going to do the tapes. I'm just going to do the studio records. Any Doom vinyl I'm still looking for? It's a good question. Well, as you guys saw on my Grail video this year, I'm looking for, on that list was Monster Island Czars, which is Doom affiliated. But as for straight up Doom, I mean, I just gotten Leftovers. I showed it off on this stream. And, yeah, I don't really know what else I'm looking for Doom-wise. I feel like I'm pretty set with my Doom collection. I have Venomous Villain. Like, I have all the really rare ones. Am I going to buy all the variants for the new program? The 10 Club one and the Record Store Day one for sure, but not sure if I'll get other ones outside of that. All right, we just hit an hour, folks. I feel like I got to get to the store. We got to sell some records, but this was super fun. I appreciate everyone coming in here. Monday, hopefully, we'll do another live stream to do a test, so hopefully we'll see some of you there. And then the week after, hopefully, the big one, the big Mac Miller stream. So thank y'all for taking the time to hang out, and I'll be doing this again soon. So